So what is Accessible Yoga? Accessible Yoga began as an educational nonprofit organization whose belief is that all people deserve access to the teachings of yoga, regardless of ability or background, and is especially looking to share the practice of yoga with communities that have previously been underserved or excluded. So who might benefit from Accessible Yoga? Well, honestly, everyone can benefit from Accessible Yoga, but it's especially great for people that might be dealing with some physical challenges with their body, have a physical disability, joint issues, a chronic illness, living in a larger body, recovering from an injury. Anybody who would not really feel comfortable going into a traditional yoga class would feel very welcome in an Accessible Yoga class. And we want to offer the same benefits from yoga to everyone, regardless of ability or what challenges they may be facing at the time. So how might an accessible or adaptive yoga class look different from a traditional yoga class? Well, what we do in Accessible Yoga is we look at the essence of a pose and the benefits of a posture, and we explore how to achieve those same benefits, but through finding a variation of that posture. So we look at adapting the posture to the person and not the person to the posture. So we might be practicing in a chair, standing with the chair as support, standing using the wall. There are many ways to explore variations of every posture so that everyone can enjoy the benefits of yoga. Some other ways that an accessible or adaptive yoga class is different from a traditional class is that it moves at a much slower pace. We are moving our bodies in and out of postures and exploring at a slow pace to be gentle with our bodies and patient with our bodies so that we can explore and really experience and feel what is best for us within that posture. We don't use our body to get into a posture. We use that pose to get into our bodies and to learn more about what feels good in our body, what feels safe. It's also more individualized in that it can look different and does look different for almost everyone. That's the beauty of it, is that it is accessible to absolutely everyone who has an interest or desire in learning yoga. So what does it mean to adapt a posture to make it accessible for a person? Well, we have a variety of ways to approach that. One is by dissecting the pose and practicing part of the pose depending on our situation. So we can dissect the pose and just practice the arms or the legs and go from there. Another option is to change the orientation of a pose. So a pose that might typically be practiced standing, we practice it seated. We can even practice it lying down if you have someone that needs to practice bed yoga. So changing the orientation of a posture is a great option as well. Props are amazing. We use blocks, blankets, bolsters, straps to help support the person as they explore to find how that posture will look best and feel the best in their body at that day. So they are very, very valuable and an important part of our practice as well. Benefits from yoga include strength, flexibility, and balance, and of course, finding that peace within. And all of those benefits can be experienced whether you're practicing yoga in bed, in a chair, standing with the chair or the wall as support. However you may be practicing it, all of those benefits are available to each person. And it's a collaborative effort between the teacher and the student to look at the different options and variations and to find the one that feels best in that person's body on that day. So thinking about strength, flexibility, balance, 3 big reasons why people want to learn yoga, is that those 3 things are available to anyone who is interested in practicing regardless of their ability. Yes, we practice in the chair, and yes, we are building strength. We are engaging our muscles with intention. Balance, yes, we practice balance. There you can experience the sensation of balance sitting in a chair or standing and maybe having the chair right next to you for support. As soon as you peel one heel off the floor, it becomes balance. And that is true whether you're seated or whether you're standing. And the flexibility, that comes with time. You know, we spend quite a bit of time warming up at the beginning of our classes and just warming up all of the joints and the muscles in a very gentle, mindful way. And with practice, we do notice that we feel more flexible and stronger, and that we do feel our balance is better. It's such a beautiful practice for those physical reasons, and the best thing is that it affects your inner self too, with the practices that just help us, you know, feel more peace inside and find that connection between our heart and our mind and our spirit. An important concept to remember and keep in mind is that the traditional variation of a posture is not any better than a variation of that posture. The same benefits can be experienced regardless of what that posture may look like for a person on that day. And we may have a class of 6 people, and we may all be practicing half moon, for example, and it can look 6 different ways during that same class. So it's a very individualized approach because we really feel it's important to meet the student where they are and to assist and support and collaborate with them to see what works best in their body. My aging body has been a great teacher. It has taught me compassion for my body and for others, and it has taught me patience. I have been practicing yoga for about 15 years, and my body has changed a lot over those years, and I have experienced joint challenges with both of my knees and my shoulder, and I've had various injuries at other times. Yet through it all, I've been able to continue to practice yoga. And I wish I would have had the support or the knowledge of accessible yoga through all of that, but it's never too late. And when I discovered accessible yoga, I knew that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to share the practice of yoga with people who don't think they can practice yoga for whatever reason. Because if you can breathe, you can do yoga. And the practice of yoga brings so many benefits. And I just really want everyone to, that is interested, to have the opportunity and the access to experience those benefits for themselves. So I invite you to join me for a class sometime. If you follow my Facebook page, Your Yoga with Janice, that is where I post things, classes that I am offering. And I would just, I'd love to have you join us. We always start out every class with a little bit of time for centering. Then we do warm-ups where we warm up all the joints and the muscles of the body from the tips of your toes to your crown. And then we dig in and explore some postures. And I offer a variety of options. For each posture that we do, I'll show you, it can look like this in the chair, that in the chair, or maybe you want to stand and use the chair as support, or maybe here's how it can look if you want to practice it at the wall. So the middle part of the class is kind of workshop-y because we are exploring these different postures and their different various benefits, but we're taking time to find a way for it to feel good in your body, whenever that class may be happening. And then of course we all come back together and cool down and have Shavasana to wrap up the class. So I hope you'll join me sometime for a class and find out what it's all about. Thank you.